What's going on, internet? It's another video. It's been a little bit, but it's okay. We're back because we have things to do. And unfortunately, we're not gonna get on the RSX yet because I broke Claptrap. So I've been driving Claptrap the last couple of weeks to work and back. It's been my daily, and everything's cool with it. But Monday when I was leaving work, everything kind of changed really quickly. So I didn't even make it a block, and my clutch pedal straight to the floor, gone. So I did what anybody else would do and tried it 5,000 times, and come to find out, it really was broken. Kind of a dead giveaway there, but either way, what the good news was is me pumping the clutch 5,000 times pointed out the obvious fault, which was the slave cylinder failed. But the slave cylinder didn't fail in the way you probably are thinking. It physically broke. Yeah, you heard that right, guys. I broke the casting on my slave cylinder. Had to pull out the other bolt so I could send it home without the clutch. And after I did that, I put a new slave cylinder in it. Yay! But then you're wondering, why am I showing you this now? Because you already put the new part in. Well, that's because the master failed as well. So, you know, the only thing that could fail now is hose and lines. And, well, yeah, so we got another Duracrap slave cylinder. This is a master cylinder, believe it or not. So we got the Duracrap master cylinder and some AutoZone special brake fluid, because I've already thrown a ton of SuperTech and other AutoZone fluid at it. And yeah, so this apparently appears to be a common thing on these cars. I'm going to tell you right now, after taking out the master yesterday, it sucks. But now we're really going to take it out. We're going to put a new one in. We're going to prime it a little bit and get it ready. Marcus should be back tonight, and he said he would help me bleed this clutch. But we're going to try it without, because I've been watching Honda Street Garage videos. So hopefully gravity bleeding works for me. Thanks, Mark, and your hilarious content. Don't remember what video. I'll link it below, the thing below. If you wanna figure out how to bleed your clutch, if this works. Let's get started. All right, so a couple things. If you aren't familiar with these cars, this is a slave cylinder, which actually actuates the clutch. It is external. That right there on the end of it is a bleed nipple. That's the clutch line. The clutch line goes around all the way over here, up, like right here, and then it goes up all the way across the top of the firewall, kind of like that, and then it goes back into this pocket, this is the worst part. So if you look, maybe you might be able to see it in the back there. Maybe. You can barely see it back there. But yeah, it's way back in there, and I know what you're saying. Hey, just go through the fender well. It's literally right behind that hump right there. So you can't even really get to it in the fender well. So the easiest way to get to it is jack up the car so that all this tie rod end mess is like, it makes a pocket, and then just drag it out and into that pocket. So we're gonna jack up the car and get this turd ball working again, because I need to park the car in here because they're paving our apartment complex, and I don't want to park the RSX on the street, so, or anywhere else for that matter, because it's my baby. It's my baby, and I love my baby. And you wouldn't leave your baby on some street you didn't know, now would you? Would you? No, you wouldn't. And if you do, you're a bad parent. Bad car parent. Yeah, let's jack it up. Let's do that thing you do. Or I guess that thing that I do. You guys, just sit there. As you can see now, there's like this little window pocket kind of thing, just right here, which is right where this master cylinder is going to come out. Literally this right here, oops, this is that line. We need to get the old one off, which This is fun. There's like 9 billion videos on the internet about this. You've got 2 bolts that hold it in. And you can't see it hardly. There's one right there. And there's another one on the other side, over here. And then you got a cotter pin that holds the pin in. So you have to pull the cotter pin, push the pin through, undo those, and push, and you're good. So I'm gonna do that off camera because there's no possible way I'm gonna be able to film this, let alone be able to get in here and do this anyway comfortably. So I'm just gonna send it. All right, I'm gonna try and show you just what it takes to do this. By the way, it helps if you have a door that like actually like stays somewhere, but this one doesn't. So utilize heavy objects here. Seat all the way back. If you put your seat all the way down, it really helps too. Then you can put your feet up, but I'm not going to do that. Ah! Too damn old to be doing this crap. Try not to hit yourself in the face. Oh, jeez. Woo! I'm pretty sure fluid went the wrong direction there. Alright, so now that we've, you know, tested our physical abilities as human beings, we can go ahead and continue by getting that reservoir accessible. And this is the kind of the trick with these, because they're back behind this piece of metal. You have to kind of like pull out and like also try and dodge like all the crap that it's gonna hang on. A pain in the neck, and just like pull away from its home, and it'll spin a little too. Yeah. Down. There we go. Pushing it downward helps a lot. And there you go. There we go. So now that you got it out like this, you need to do this right here, which might be like a 10-ish. I want to say it's like a 10. It might be a 12. I don't know. Figure it out. And then you got this hose. This has just got to come off. This is just a pinch deal. It helps if your reservoir is already empty, but if it's not, well, you're gonna make a mess. Try not to make too much of a mess, and don't get it on paint. It eats paint. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see if maybe I could suck some out somehow, and see where we go from there. Alright, so once you get your master or whatever, your slave, yeah, I was right, master. Once you get your master cylinder out, kind of look like this guy. This big guy here, that's a 17, and the small one was a 12, so I was right on that one. Pro tip, added bonus, whatever you want to call it, freebie warning. If you do push that plunger in after you pull it out and there's fluid still in it, make sure that thing is far away from your face. Otherwise, you're going to get brake fluid all over your face like I did. It hit my glasses and my hat mostly, and make a big freaking mess. So if you're going to play with things, make sure you do it away from your face, like I almost didn't. Now that we have proceeded to almost blind myself with brake fluid, we're going to go ahead and put the master cylinder back in. Oh, one more thing. This is important. Don't fast forward. Keep this. Keep this. This comes off your master cylinder. You're gonna want to keep that. That goes on the new one, unless it comes with one, which this one does. So never mind. We don't need that. Cool. So yeah, scratch that. Continue. I'm gonna go wash my glasses so I don't go blind, because I don't know what proximity of brake fluid to the eye does. So let's not find out, because I know this stuff could be acidic at times. So let's go wash my glasses and then we'll continue. Product placement. I actually had to check it to make sure that there was no brake fluid in it, because I was in dangerous proximity to the Coca-Cola. That's not Coca-Cola, that's Pepsi, but product placement. Now that we've quenched our thirst with some product placement, we need to put in the new clutch master cylinder, which looks something like this. In order to make sure that we're not madder than a crocodile with no toothbrush here in the next, like, you know, couple steps, we need to make sure that it is properly bled. And the only time you're really gonna be able to do that is when it's out of the car. So you can, you know, do this kind of stuff to get all the air bubbles going in the right direction. Failure to do so will make your life miserable. Promise, guaranteed. It's where I've been for 2 days. Miserable and alone and scared. Thanks, Marcus. So there's a couple things I think we gotta do. First off is we should probably read these instructions, because somewhere in this bag is an O-ring. Oh, there's adjustment we gotta do too. Forgot about that. This is so much fun. Rub all your push rod length. Get it in the neighborhood. So this is kind of a generic set of instructions. These don't really help you. But since this is a Honda, we're just gonna wing it anyways. So let's look at the old one for a second. There's like a seat in this one and an O-ring in the seat. This one kind of has a seat, sort of. Oh. See, this is why you pay attention, because I was looking at the wrong thing. We have to transplant this piece to this piece. See that thing right there? This is like a U-shaped pin, and we got to smush this, push it out, pull this guy out, and put another pin in. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be pretty straightforward. Slide out just like that, and then this should just come right out. Look at that. It's amazing. This is where the O-ring used to be, and then this is the one that we're going to be putting a O-ring in. You see this one right here? See how he's spread apart again? A horseshoe pin ain't going nowhere. Why does every guy have to say that every time he does something that he's afraid of it going somewhere? It's like jinxing it, anti-jinxing it. I don't. The line should now fit in, thread in, tighten down, seal, and everybody be okay. Cool, right? We need to test that theory. We need to definitely test that theory. So we're gonna go hook this up in the wheel well, like I showed when we took it out, and we're gonna put some fluid in the master, or in the reservoir, get it in here, and we're gonna give it some pumps, and we're gonna see if we get some like you know, whatever, some pressure, and we're gonna see what we can do. So if you have any leaks in this like little bottom part down here, then we probably need to pull that back apart and do the O-ring with the one that was provided, or something else. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and definitely give this a shot. So let's go over there. And just, you don't have to crank it, soldier boy. We're just trying to keep it from leaking. So. Alright, so we got fluid in the reservoir. Oops. And I do this. I put a little caps off of a Synchro Mesh bottle that I have, but I walk the top off of it, and I just kind of you know, go with that. So we have the master cylinder in here, and what we kind of do is I kind of spin it around, and then, you know, try to, you know, I pump it with my hand a couple times, and I'm just trying to get all the air bubbles out of the master cylinder as much as I can while it's out. And then once you've got it pretty far, you know, make sure you're not leaking too bad, which we're not leaking at all. Go ahead and put your master cylinder back behind here, and make sure this is kind of going the right direction. This is interestingly comfortable. It's not pliers. Pliers. We're good. What was that? Okay. Coming out. Ow! Oh, I broke my back. And just like that, clutch is back in. Well, the clutch master cylinder. Alright, so after a significant period of time trying to bleed this thing using gravity bleeding, every other bleeding technique, including a jack handle, right there, that guy, using a jack handle, and a friend, John, he's gone now, but he was here, and all that. Finally got pressure, can rock it back and forth, but then I made some just nasty noise when I went to move it, so of course turned it off and tried to keep from breaking it again. The good news is the clutch and everything works just as good as it did before. Bad news is I found a new problem, and probably the reason why the whole thing just kind of killed itself anyways. Yeah, so these are two holes, and the one that broke is the one where the bolt is now. But if you look at this one right there, there are no threads. Threads are at this point, a social construct. Threads? Who needs threads? Do you need threads? Because we got no threads here. None. So the proper way to fix this, obviously, is to repair the threads. But man, does this suck. This really sucks. I'm gonna pull the slave cylinder off real quick just to look at it, see what we can do. So it's about 10 o'clock at night right now, and we still have an hour before the last O'Reilly's closes for the night. So we're gonna drive a couple miles to O'Reilly's, and we're gonna go get ourselves a helicoil. And one of the things I learned is, you know, this bolt right here was the one that was in there, and I thought I was stretching it. This guy right here. I thought I was just stretching it, and so I figured, okay, well, let's back it out before it snaps, and I'm totally hosed. So I backed it out, and I grabbed another one, the exact same one, M8 125, 1.25 threads, same length, 8 by 25 mil. This one did not stretch, but that's when I found that there was no threads left. So decided to look up to see what the spec was so I could find a helicoil for it. It turns out it's not even supposed to be there. That bolt's supposed to be in the other hole, but this one's supposed to be something different. But we're not going to, you know, get technical with it. Obviously that bolt will fit. We just have to drill out that spot and put a helicoil on it, and everything will be good. So with that being said, let's go to O'Reilly's. Let's go get that helicoil. Alright, so we got a helicoil. This is for an M8 by 125. You can see there. And it requires a 21/64 drill bit, which we have. Right there. Right there on the drill. And we're going to drill out that hole right about there. So go ahead and let's go ahead and send it there, bud. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Just look at it. It's all tightened up there. My battery is flashing. It has been for a little bit now, but I think that's it for the insert. So took a little bit of a learning curve. So you can see we have one. There's another one right here. I think I trashed two. Here's the other one in there. So see, two of them. Trashed two before I finally got it. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So I'm just gonna take it around the complex now, give it a test, and then I'm gonna call it our night because it's like 11. So probably gonna end that here. If you like watching what we do here, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, a little bit of a change of channel stuff coming up soon, but it's for the better, and honestly it'll allow me to do more content. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be in a couple weeks here, but more news on that coming out, I don't know, later this week maybe. Just depends. Time will be right when it does come out, but till then, stay tuned, take it easy, and we'll see you later. See you guys.
I'm a true champion.